Hello, sweet people. If you're laying your eyes upon this glorious face for the first time, my name is Jill McKeever. Welcome to my channel. Oh, I just farted. Did you hear that? Keeping it real, all plant-based. Okay, I want to make a white chicken chili without chicken and without oil. Recipe is going to be adapted from this one, from America's Test Kitchen's latest issue of Soups and Stews for Two. There's nothing vegan or oil-free in this magazine, but that's not gonna stop me. I'm going to make this anyway. I'm gonna make it in the 3-quart iPot, and then we'll try it out on my son and my husband and see what they think. If it's a winner, go ahead and scroll down and look in the show more box below to grab the recipe, the veganized version of this recipe. Be sure to like, thumbs up, and subscribe to this channel if you are not subscribed already, and share this recipe out with all your iPot buddies. Okay, let's get cooking. I've already jumped the gun. I've done a couple of things before I get started here. I've made 3 cups of no chicken broth. I use a variety of products, but I happen to have on hand today the Better Than Bouillon, no chicken base. I did 3 cups of water, but only a half a tablespoon of the paste mixed in with the water. Okay, got that mixed up. And then opened up a can of hominy, drained it, scooped out 1 cup of it, put it in a NutriBullet cup with a half a cup of the no chicken broth, and then blended that smooth, okay? The next thing, because I'm trying to veganize a white chicken chili, I'm going to use Soy Curls. This is the bottom of my bag, of the 12-pound bag that we've eaten our way through. And you see, this is all crumbled soy curls. This texture is absolutely perfect for making meatless meatloaves or making meatballs. It's awesome. These are great. So I'm going to use this as my chicken. I need to rehydrate it. So I'm going to scoop out a half a cup. About a half a cup of it, and I'm going to give it a little splash of the no chicken base broth, just enough to cover, and let that rehydrate while I chop vegetables and saute stuff. Okay, now I'm careful I'm careful not to get my finger in here too much because I could make it sweet. I don't need a sweet chicken chili. You know what I'm saying? All right, so that's gonna sit to the side. I got 2 fresh poblano peppers. I need to take the stems out and the seeds and chop this up. I need to finely chop 1 small onion. I've already finely diced 2 large garlic cloves. Next, I need to heat up this 3-quart Instant Pot. I'm going to cook this whole chili using the saute mode. So I'm just going to hit saute. And then it's already on normal heat. But I'm going to go ahead and change this heat to less. So I'm going to press saute until it shows less. This 15 minutes, this is, it's remembering the last time I used this mode and this time. Oops. And I'm just going to change that. I'm not sure how long it's going to take me, so I'm just going to say 25 minutes. I'm not worried about that, okay? I have had a question about what do you do when the saute mode is too hot, even on the less heat? What do you like to, what do you do then? And sometimes I rotate between saute less and just the keep warm function. If I'm cooking something that's taking a while to get tender and I need it to kind of cool down, I'll either just cancel the saute mode for a minute or two to get control of the heat, or I'll move over to the keep warm mode, and at least it's the pot stays hot for me, but it's just kind of winging it. I treat the iPot just like I treat a pan on the stove when I'm using the saute mode. I just kind of go back and forth. It's no big deal. I'm going to dry cook my vegetables. So let's start with the poblanos, the onion, the garlic. We need 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of ground coriander. And we are gonna cook, stirring often until the vegetables are softened and spices are fragrant. About 5 minutes, says the recipe. Nom, 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 nom. That looks pretty. All right, we're gonna leave that. Now here's what's gonna happen. The inner pot's gonna get hot because I'm not using any oil. Eventually I'm gonna get some sticking and some browning on the bottom of this pot, and that's okay. When that happens, I'm just gonna splash a little no chicken base in here, and I'll probably just go like a tablespoon at a time, enough to keep everything from burning, and everything will be cool. It'll be all right. It's totally easy to cook without oil. No big deal. A little splash of water or broth is your friend. Yeah. While that's cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and chop up 2 tablespoons of fresh cilantro, stirred in right at the end. I have never made this recipe before or tried to veganize it, so it's either gonna be the best thing we ever ate or the grossest. We'll see. You ever do that? You're like, well, I'll just see how it goes. I'm just gonna cook this in front of you. Let my family taste it right in front of you. We'll learn together if it's worth our time. Most of the time I just test recipes and then I turn on the camera. But there's so many delicious sounding recipes out of this magazine that I think are worth veganizing. I thought, well, just to save myself a little time, I'm just gonna turn the camera on, shoot the video. If the boys like it, I'm gonna post the video, and if they don't like it, you'll never see it. All right, let's give this a little stir. All right, see, I got a little browning happening here. Can you see that? Ooh, I can smell the coriander. It smells wonderful. Got a little browning here. Nothing to be alarmed about. I'm just gonna give it a little splash. Yeah, just enough to keep the bottom loose, but not so much that I'm like boiling the onions. That would not be cool. We don't want to boil onions. We want them to cook down and get tender. We're almost there. They're cooking pretty fast. We've got a lot of vegetables in this small pot, but this little iPot is doing just fine. She can do it. She's a little powerhouse. If you have an iPot, thumbs up this video. If you have more than one iPot, I want to hear about it. Tell us, share with us how many iPods you have. I'll tell you, I own 6. I'm not showing off, I'm just sharing that I'm obsessed. I might have a problem, but I'm not going to seek counseling because I can quit anytime. All right, we're smelling pretty brown. I can smell those onions on the bottom of the inner pot. Oh yeah. Don't walk away from your inner pot. This saute mode gets pretty hot. Gosh, that looks really good. My onions look cooked through enough. They look tender. Okay, I need to add the rest of my broth. I had about 1.5 to 2 cups of broth left over. Next, it says to stir in this pureed hominy mixture. Kind of looks like mashed potatoes, doesn't it? Somebody's not paying attention. They look back at about this moment. They're like, why is she putting mashed potatoes in that soup? Okay, now I'm going to put in, it says to put in the rest of the hominy, the remaining hominy. And then it says to put in the chicken, but we're not doing that. We're going to put in our soy curls. Look, in the time that we've been cooking, or I've been cooking, you've been watching, the soy curls completely absorbed that broth, so it's nice and chickeny tasting. Now, I don't really have to cook soy curls. They're already cooked, okay? We're just adding them in for texture. I'm gonna stir this in. Let's let it simmer for about 10 minutes. Let the hominy do its thing and let the poblanos cook a little longer. I'm gonna leave this on low, on the less heat setting, saute setting. It's handy iPot tip time. All right, so here's my glass lid from my 2-quart saucepan. I'm just, setting it on there just so that the steam can escape and my soup won't boil over. I'm going to take advantage of this model of iPot and cancel the saute. I'm going to turn the saute back on. It's going to be on less heat. I'm going to use the minus key to adjust this down to 10 minutes, which is how long I want this to simmer. And I'm going to let this act as my timer. So if I get distracted, it's okay. It will shut off after 10 minutes and I won't ruin supper. I like that a lot. I like having that kind of control. All right, last thing the recipe says we got to do is add some tomatillo salsa. And look what I scored. I hope you have this at your grocery store. This is Herdez roasted salsa verde. It's a medium heat. I couldn't find a mild. It's tomatillo sauce, and it doesn't have any oil in it. When buying condiments and stuff like that, it's kind of hard to avoid oils sometimes. I feel like my health isn't, so precarious that a little oil is gonna, do me harm. But there are a lot of people out there where oil does make a difference, and so I just want to share, point this out that this brand and this particular jar is oil-free. I'm super excited. So I need a half a cup of this roasted tomatillo salsa. And then I went ahead and there's the 2 tablespoons of fresh minced cilantro. And we're just gonna stir that in. It's the last thing to go in. It doesn't have to cook. That's it. That's all we gotta do, stir that in. And I think I wanna wait for this to stop boiling before I taste it. It smells awesome. I can smell the coriander. The hominy smells good. Oh, I cannot wait to try this. I hope it's delicious. It looks pretty. I kind of hope the boys don't like it, so there's more for me. You ever do that? You're like, oh, I hope my family doesn't like it, and then I can eat it all. Just being honest. The boys are back. Yeah. Okay, so this is it's white chicken chili from the America's Test Kitchen soup magazine, but I veganized it, stripped out the oil, added soy curls instead of chicken.
That's good. I like that it's green, but not too green.
Yep.
Some bright and flavorful, but not, it doesn't get up in your nose.
It feels more like a soup, but it's good.
But it's hearty, like a stew. There's stuff to chew.
I was worried that the poblanos were not going to cook tender enough, but they're very tender. They don't look like they're tender, but they're tender. And they're not hot. That tomatillo salsa, I thought it was going to get too spicy, but it's not getting too spicy.
It's warm. Very warm, but it has a limit. It has a ceiling.
Yeah, perfect for this cold day. It's been like 36 degrees here in Texas, which is cold enough for us. Christmas is over. I'm ready to get back to summer. You know what I'm saying? You with me? All right. What do you think, boys? Should I make it again?
Yeah,
yes,
definitely.
You should make it again.
I'd ask for it again.
Should they make it?
Oh, you should definitely make it. Yeah, you should make it. And then you should invite us over.
Yes.
Yeah, to eat it.
But double the recipe because this is white, not chicken chili for 2 in the iPot. All right, we'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Thumbs up, subscribe, and share this with your iPot buddies. Love you. Bye.